Walter and Jesse must solve an immediate problem, disposing of Emilio's body. Here, Walter's knowledge of science comes into play. He suggests using hydrofluoric acid, but emphasizes one crucial detail. It must be used in an appropriate plastic container. However, Jesse, in a moment of defiance, decides to use his bathtub instead. Jesse's inexperience and impulsiveness lead to a grotesque disaster when the acid eats through the porcelain and floor, spilling the remains through the ceiling. This scene not only highlights the importance of knowledge and expertise, but also shows how impulsive decisions can lead to catastrophic consequences. It serves as a visual and emotional reminder that every action, even the small ones, has a broader impact than we might imagine. As they deal with the fallout of their mistakes, Walter and Jesse discover that Crazy 8 is still alive, chained in the basement. His presence adds another layer of tension to an already complicated situation. For Walter, Crazy 8 is not just a physical threat, he's a moral dilemma. His existence forces Walter to confront what he's willing to do to protect himself and his family. This moment marks the beginning of Walter's exploration of the boundaries of his humanity. And although the final decision about Crazy 8 comes in the next episode, the seed of that transformation is planted here. Throughout the episode, we see Walter struggling to balance two completely opposing worlds. At one moment, he's accompanying Skylar to an ultrasound appointment, celebrating the news that they're expecting a baby girl. It's a moment of hope, a promise of new life. But that image stands in stark contrast to the man who, just minutes earlier, was dealing with bodies and chemicals in Jesse's house. The scene where Skylar confronts Jesse over the phone adds another dimension to this duality. Although she doesn't understand the magnitude of what's happening, her intuition and need to protect her family begin to clash with Walter's lies. This moment is crucial in showing how Walter's decisions, though motivated by love, directly affect those around him. As the episode progresses, it becomes clear that both Walter and Jesse are navigating dangerous territory, not just physically, but emotionally as well. The image of Walter dealing with Emilio's remains and facing a wounded Crazy 8, combined with the disaster caused by Jesse's impulsiveness, creates a scenario where every action has consequences. Both characters are painfully learning that once a line is crossed, going back becomes nearly impossible. Conclusion. This episode demonstrates how even the smallest decisions can trigger irreversible changes in our lives. Walter and Jesse are not only dealing with the immediate consequences of their actions, but also with how these actions are beginning to shape their personalities. It's a reminder that every action has a cost, and that cost isn't always apparent at first. The lingering question is, what would you do in their place? How far would you go to protect your family or to survive?